Hello and welcome to the very last episode of Adulting. Like ever. This is the last season, meaning no more episodes of this. It's heartbreaking. But for this special episode, we are ranking the top 5 episodes from all of this season and taking a look at the best piece of advice from that episode. Let's get right to it. Our number 5 pick was our week 7 episode where we talked about self-care. We explained how to embrace self-care and manage stress, and one of those ways you can fix that is through sleep. Let's take a look at the clip. One thing you also need to consider is sleep. You need to make sleep a part of your self-care routine because not getting enough sleep can put you in an emotional and physical strain. To solve this, look at your nightly routine. Are you eating and drinking before bed? If so, try to avoid caffeine and sugar because those are the things that are keeping you awake. Also consider that stress may be keeping you up, so try to find ways to relax, like yoga, or one of my personal favorite things to do, reading. Finally, make sure your bedroom is the ideal place to sleep. You should get rid of all distractions, including your television, laptop, phone, or anything else. You can also use room darkening curtains to keep the sun from waking you up too early. Moving on, our number 4 pick was our most recent episode, week 10, where we talked about taxes. This episode covers the basics of taxes, from going over terms, what everything means, and how it works, and the process of filing taxes. This next clip you'll see explains how taxes work and what they finance. Let's check it out. Basically, every time you earn money through your paycheck, you also have to pay a certain percentage of that income to the government and their budget. Most everyone has to do their taxes unless you make less than a certain income. Why, you may ask? The government collects taxes from both individuals and businesses to fund Medicaid, Medicare, or Social Security, run the post office, or even fix the roads we drive on. Even though the roads in Maryville are always terrible, they finance these public services and always collect these taxes on your income during tax season. So you have to know how to plan accordingly. To simplify this, money will get taken out of every paycheck. So when you file your taxes, you will get what is called a tax return, where you receive some money back. If you don't file your taxes or you owe money and don't pay, then there will be legal consequences. Now our number 3 pick was our week 4 episode on how to cook a good burger with homemade fries. This episode is pretty self-explanatory, but it explains how we make smash burgers right at home. Let's take a look at this delicious looking clip. To start, we will be making the burger, but the very first thing you need to do is make sure you wash your hands. So the first step is you want to pour your oil into the bottom of your pan or your cast iron skillet, just enough that it covers the bottom of the pan. You want to make sure you don't get too much. And then you will heat the oil on a medium heat. Now, once the pan is hot enough, you will take the ball of hamburger and put it in the middle of your pan. Now, to make it a smash burger, you obviously have to smash it, and you can go full on Hulk with this. Next, you're gonna season one side of your burger. You'll know when to flip the burger when it starts browning around the edges. This part usually takes about 3 to 5 minutes. Once it's done, you wanna flip it over and add seasoning to the other side. You'll know when it's done when you're looking for the same thing here, is that browning on the edges. That'll take about 2 minutes. Once the hamburger is done browning, you want to add your favorite cheese on top. In this case, mine happens to be American. Then you just wait for the cheese to melt. Once the cheese is melted to your liking, take that sucker right off the oven and put it on your bun. Oh. Ooh, we're getting so much closer to our number 1 pick. But first, let's see what our number 2 ranking was. In this week 6 episode, you see our producer actually in front of the camera and talk about living on her own. In this specific clip, you'll see what we need to look for in a good roommate. Let's check it out.
Now, before you even pick a place to move into, you need to choose your roommates wisely. If you decide to live by yourself, then no worries. It just might be a little cheaper if you do have roommates. However, when choosing, understand that there's a difference between your friend and an ideal roommate. You need to make sure that they're somewhat clean, trustworthy, and compatible with you. You need to communicate with them before you make a decision, like what are their daily habits, what are their schedules, are they a morning person or a night owl, and what kind of activities do they do? You need to know and agree to these things beforehand, definitely not after. With this, make sure you have a clear set of rules and boundaries and expectations of any roommates you decide to live with. This can include what they can and cannot do, how cleaning can be divided up, or anything else like that. Overall, you need to make sure that you and your roommates stick to a plan and have a clear understanding.
And finally, drum roll please. Our number 1 pick was the week 8 episode about self-defense. In this episode, we taught you some techniques you could use if you're ever in a bad situation and need to protect yourself. Here's one of those techniques called escaping the bear hug attack. The third and final move you can do is to escape from the bear hug attack. In cases where the attacker is coming from behind, you want to use this move. Focus on getting low and creating space to free yourself. To perform this, bend forward from the waist to shift your weight forward, making it difficult for your attacker to pick you up. It also gives you a better angle to throw elbows from side to the attacker's face. Turn into the attacker with one of your elbows and continue counterattacking. This should give you space to turn fully, using another move to injure the face or strike the groin. With the space the move's made, you are able to escape and run away. And with that final clip, that will conclude the very last episode of Adulting. We genuinely hope you can use some of this information to help better your life. Our goal from the beginning was to help make life easier in any way we can. If you want to check out these full episodes and more content, you can go to YouTube at KNWT Channel 8. Thanks for watching. Bye!